So Michigan during last season got caught cheating. They had an assistant coach on their staff named Connor Stallions who was going around to different games of opponents that Michigan was supposed to play, including potential teams they could have faced in the college football playoffs. And him and a few other staff members were at these games filming the other team's signs, which is illegal to do. And Connor Stallions also was shown on the sidelines at a Central Michigan game disguised as one of the staff members for that team. And Michigan fans, a lot of them, keep denying the fact that they cheated. Their excuse is there's not a lot of evidence or everybody else is doing it, when a lot of Big Ten teams during the season went to the Big Ten office and they were complaining about what Michigan was doing, and they pretty much ratted Michigan out. And with Michigan getting caught red-handed cheating, Sharon Moore, he allegedly had 52 deleted text messages between him and Connor Stallions. Jim Harbaugh is saying that he didn't know what was going on, even though he's the head coach and that's the head man. You should be in the know with everything that's going around with your football program. And with Michigan cheating, I think that the NCAA has to do the same thing that they did with Reggie Bush when he violated the rules back then, which was taking away his Heisman. They should go ahead and take away Michigan's national championship trophy. Because if you get caught cheating on an exam, it doesn't matter if you cheated on one question or 20 of them. If you cheat, your test gets invalidated no matter what. And I don't care if Michigan won a natty once they stopped cheating. The problem is that the years prior, 2021, 2022, and some parts throughout 2023, you were cheating, which gave you an unfair advantage that other teams didn't have. Therefore, everything that you did prior to you getting caught should be irrelevant. It should be extinct and erased from the record books and history, because you didn't go about doing things in an honorable way and you violated the integrity of the game. And it doesn't matter if Sharon Moore and company were able to win games and Jim Harbaugh came back and won it all doing things the right way. You still cheated to help you get to the point that you are now. Now, I'm not saying that if Michigan never cheated, they wouldn't have won the games that they did, like beating Ohio State with CJ Stroud twice. But what I am saying is that if they never cheated, we don't know if they still truly would have won those games with the advantage that they had. And people are making it seem like the sign stealing thing is really minuscule, it's a really small thing that happened, and they really shouldn't get punished for it. But the thing is that you got caught cheating, you broke the rules, you got caught, therefore your national championship shouldn't count. They should put an at risk where you see Michigan 2023-2024 national champions because you didn't get to that point without cheating. For you to be considered a real national champion, you had to be doing things the proper way for the whole entire season. We know that you didn't need to cheat to beat Central Michigan, but there's no telling how many other teams that you had intel against due to knowing their plays and their sign that helped you win those games. Therefore, your national championship trophy should be revoked. You don't deserve to be called a national champion when you didn't do things in an honorable way. You see, Connor Stallions was an integral part in this whole operation. He was an ex-military guy. He was on the staff, but nobody really knew what his role was. Well, obviously, based on the USB drives of data that he has. He's hiding a lot of key information that he doesn't want to give out to the NCAA, and Michigan has been uncooperative in the NCAA's investigation. And this isn't the NCAA hating on Michigan just to hate. They broke the rules, and the NCAA wants to gather as much information as possible before handing down this punishment. Are they going to get the death penalty? Definitely not. Is their national title going to get vacated? That isn't going to happen, even though it should, because you cheated to win it. You can't say, I'm not a thief if you stole it in the past. Once a thief, always a thief. You can't say we didn't win the national championship cheating when you got caught cheating for the first half of 2023 and prior to that. So therefore, if you cheated to help you get to where you are, just because you stopped doing it and won a natty without it just doesn't erase what you did in the past. If you didn't steal opposing team signs, how will we know that you still would have been able to win 3 straight consecutive Big Ten titles without doing it? And that's the problem that I have with Michigan fans and people who live in denial of Michigan doing anything wrong, where if you're innocent, why was there a need for Sharon Moore to delete text messages? That sounds a little bit shady for somebody that's supposed to be innocent, right? And then Jim Harbaugh just came out and said that he still doesn't know anything that went on. He denies all wrongdoing. But this is really similar to what happened with Pete Carroll during his final days at USC. They were under investigation. And you know what Pete Carroll did? He jumped ship to the NFL. Jim Harbaugh, I find it really ironic how, in the peak of what could have been a potential new dynasty in college football, he decides to go back to the National Football League with all this going on. And this isn't the first run-in that Michigan has had with the NCAA. The NCAA has kind of been on Michigan's trail a little bit, doing a little bit extra. They came at them not too long ago for Jim Harbaugh buying the recruit a cheeseburger. You see, that's understandable. But when you violate the rules and you get caught cheating, you shouldn't get the right to hang a banner in your stadium that says 2024 national champions. Because in the game of football, certain things that go on that may kind of cross the line of cheating, a lot of teams do. But you see, Michigan went overboard with it. They were videotaping opposing teams when they were calling in their plays, and you can't do that. That's illegal. And similar to what happened with the whole Spygate thing with Bill Belichick and the Patriots a few decades ago, yeah, a lot of teams were doing it, but you were the ones who got caught. So therefore, you got to suffer the punishment. And the NCAA not being able to take back Michigan's national championship trophy is a really big disgrace to the game. Kentucky had several ineligible players because they were paid to do a job that they didn't do. And you know what their punishment was? All of the wins during that time when they had those ineligible players on the team all got vacated. The same thing should happen with Michigan's national title. You can't call yourself a true champion if you didn't do things fairly. So if I'm the NCAA, I'm taking my tail up to Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm knocking on their door and I'm saying, hey, give us that national championship trophy back. Now, maybe you could get it back if the rules change and what you did is allowed in the near future, similar to what happened with Reggie Bush, even though his Heisman should have never got taken away in the first place. But if you cheat on the exam, that's 100 questions, and you get caught. Even though you passed the exam, it's revealed that you actually were cheating during that thing. You can't just tell the professor, oh, well, I should get to keep my grade because I didn't cheat on the whole test. I only cheated on a couple of questions. It still invalidates your whole test because you cheated. It doesn't matter if it was one question or 20 of them. If you're a cheater, you're a cheater. And Michigan cheated to win last year. Say me the whole nonsense about, well, they didn't cheat to win a national championship. I mean, technically you did. You cheated to get to that point, didn't you? I mean, let's just stop being naive. Let's stop making excuses. Michigan football are a bunch of cheaters. That's the truth. Their national championship win should not count. There should be an at-risk by it, or it should just be removed from the history books. You can say, well, it doesn't matter if you take back the national title, JT, because we saw it play out on the field. They won it. And that's true. But when you think about the fine details of it, you really aren't a champion when you cheated to get to that point. You cheated all throughout 2021 and 2022. Like, who knows if Michigan could have beaten CJ Stroud in Ohio State if they didn't have to steal signs. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not going to come out here and say that Michigan definitely would have lost those games, but don't you find it kind of strange how all of a sudden during this span when Michigan started stealing signs, they started to dominate the Big Ten? Because before the whole sign stealing investigation happened, Michigan was struggling. You know, I remember in 2020, things were looking really grim for Jim Harbaugh down there, man. They got beat the hell up by Penn State. They had a really disappointing season during the COVID year. And before that, they were struggling against Ohio State. And then all of a sudden, you get Connor Stallions. You got guys stealing signs and breaking the rules. And then you start dominating. Y'all don't find that strange? Michigan is so innocent, but Sharon Moore had to delete 52 text messages. If you don't got nothing to hide, why you deleting messages, Sharon Moore? That's what I want to know. That's what we want to know, Sharon Moore. Why did you delete messages if Michigan and you were so innocent and you deny any wrongdoing? That's what we all want to know. Can we get an answer to that? You know why we won't get an answer to that? Because they know what they did was wrong. They know that they cheated. And Michigan fans know that they cheated too. And the only people that I can respect when it comes to talking about this are a select few group of people who can acknowledge that, yes, what we did was wrong and we deserve whatever punishment comes from it. But let's stop trying to spin this in a way that, the NCAA hates Michigan. It's Michigan versus everybody. They got it out for us. You cheated. That's why they got it out for you. If you never broke the rules, nobody would be coming at you. The NCAA wouldn't be launching an investigation on your program if you were doing things the right way. You do the crime, you got to do the time. It's that simple. You cheated, accept it, and give back the national championship trophy that you didn't deserve to win. Their national championship, to me, is just as irrelevant as what UCF's 2018-2017 national championship claim is. There's an at-risk by it because they didn't win it fairly.